Hi guys! Hope you're all having a beautiful day. So today I just want to share a rapture dream that I had last night. 2 nights ago I prayed to God and asked that, if it was in His will or if He allowed it, if He could give me a rapture dream, because a lot of people have been having them recently, and I just told Him that I thought it would really help lift my spirits a little bit. So, of course, 2 nights later, He answered my prayer and gave me this dream last night. So, in this dream, I was in the backyard with my mom and a family friend and his 2 sisters. So, we were standing out there, and all of a sudden it started raining ashes. And along with the ashes, some larger pieces of paper were also falling from the sky. So there's this one piece of paper, it's about this big, I'd say, that I ended up catching. And it said very clearly on the piece of paper, it said Exodus 4. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So we all started feeling in our spirit that something weird was about to happen. One of our neighbors asked one of my friend's sisters to move their car, and I remember she thought that was kind of weird, and she told us that she thought it was weird. So my friend's 2 sisters, we were in the backyard at that point. They walk into the front yard. They had this basket or bin full of something. I think they were going to take it to their car or something. And all of a sudden, this man was out there in the front yard. He started attacking them and trying to take the basket away from them. They were struggling with him. So my mom and I at that point ran into the house, and my friend went to go help his 2 sisters. So my mom and I were in the house, and we started shutting the blinds really quick and closing the drapes and everything and locking the door. Eventually his 2 sisters run back into the house with us. So at that point in the house, it's my mom, me, and then 2 other girls who are in their 20s. So we were in the house, and it was just felt really stressful, because all of a sudden that man that was in the front yard and another man end up coming into our backyard and trying to get into our house. They're pounding at our back sliding glass door trying to get inside, stressed out and scared. So I called 911, and I told him, hey, there are these guys trying to get into our house, and we're all females, so can you please hurry, because this is really scary. So then I remembered in my dream that I had just caught that piece of paper that said Exodus 4. So in my dream, I knew that I had to go and get a Bible out of my room so I could look it up really quick. What's interesting is that in my dream, I knew that I should be reading a King James Bible specifically. And that's interesting because the past several months, I've been feeling in my spirit that the King James version of the Bible is what I should be reading. And then I started seeing videos of people posting the same thing, talking about how the NIV version and some of these newer versions, they're changed in a way that they should not be. Even though it's just certain words or different wordings, it makes a difference. So as I'm running into my room to look at this Bible verse, right before I'm able to get into my room, all of a sudden, all of us that were in the house, we got sucked up through the ceiling, and we were levitating above the house. And the guys that were in our backyard trying to get to our house, they started yelling, and they were getting really mad because they were oh my gosh, they were just angry that they couldn't get to us. And this part is really interesting. So I see this giant vine. It looked like the stalk from Jack and the Beanstalk. It's this huge vine going from our house all the way up to heaven, connecting the 2. So, the verses that popped in my head for that were the ones where Jesus says, I'm the true vine, and then he says, you can't bear fruit, without being connected to the vine. So that was pretty interesting, and that was the entire dream. We were just levitating up above the house. So if you guys can think of any other like scripture that goes along with any of that, I'd really appreciate a comment. And then I was going to share another dream that I had, it was like several years ago when I was really young. And I didn't realize it until recently that it was, I'm pretty sure this is a rapture dream as well. The only part I remember of this dream is that there were all these people up in the sky. They were all sitting on their own individual, like, little cloud. And we were all, like, just floating up there in the sky, like, floating upwards. Like, all on our own individual cute little cloud thing, just, like, floating up, floating up. So, yeah, I didn't realize that until just the other day. I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I remember that dream. I was like, oh, that was a rapture dream that I had when I was really, really young. So, anyway, again, if you guys have any, like, thoughts on this dream or anything, that would be awesome if you could share those with me. Alright guys, have an awesome day and I will talk to you later. Stay rapture ready because our king is definitely coming. Alright, bye guys!